Switzerland, Norway. I mean, a few years back, we would have said these were probably the two best teams, at least in Europe, maybe worldwide. But nowadays, that is a lot less clear. So, what's going on in the event overall? I guess I'll check in on Lovebridge because they seem to have stuff somewhat updated. Um, they're Yeah, so okay, this is, oh my god, dude, not this again. Leverage the pop-ups. So Denmark's still on top, but Norway has actually climbed. They're up in second. And Norway has our boy, Nikolai Heiberg Evenstad. So this would be a huge, huge win for him, huge boost to his career as a pro player or just as a bridge player in general, if he's able to pull off a big win in this event. But I mean, second place is really not bad. And then England is up in third, a bit surprising. Israel in fourth, but just a large gap here between first, second, and the rest of the field. And where is Switzerland? Oh, Switzerland has fallen all the way down there in ninth right now. Interesting. I wonder why Moulton is playing with a new partner, but I guess he is. But yeah, they're down here in ninth. Ireland and Iceland up here, fifth and seventh. Yeah, that's true. I mean, Iceland has not necessarily performed all that well in some of these big international events as of late. So that's quite good. Netherlands up here in sixth. And it looks like Netherlands has been overrun by some of the younger guys. Van den Bosch, Van de Pavard, Van Lankveld, and Neeson playing here with one of the older partnerships, Device and Mueller. But yeah, lots of strong teams. Belgium, it looks like the exact same team that finished fourth at last year's Bermuda Bowl is sitting in 11th now. But they are in the thick of things. Oh no, Latvia has fallen. Latvia is all the way down here, 22nd. The order's not by partnerships. Oh, Moulton's playing with Zimmerman. That's true. Oh, that's absolutely true. So then I just don't understand why Piedra's on the team. Anyway, yeah, Piedra's playing with Novozadsky. All right, let's see. Do we have cards? No cards yet, but we should be getting started shortly. And perfect timing. Oh boy. And here it is. What a first hand. Will North-South be able to find their way to the 7 level in one of two different strains? Let's find out. This looks like a good table to follow. Your mixed team's doing really well. So you have something going for you. Yeah, I mean, it would be a shame if the home country didn't have some sort of solid performance to get the fans riled up. So Heart 2 clubs, we're getting a bunch of artificial stuff going on here. 3 diamonds, my guess, is solid hearts, setting hearts as trump. South accepts and bids 3 hearts. North bids key card. Whew, can they find out about both minor suit kings? That's the real question. I mean, or is Klukovsky just going to blast 7 right now? I mean, Klukovsky may well just bid 7 hearts. Or 7 no, maybe? Okay, I have no idea what's going on auction-wise, but it looks like they're on their way to 7, would be my guess. 6 diamonds is a really weird response to 4 no. But okay. Maybe it's like two aces and two kings. And now Kalita just needs to count eight hearts, the ace of diamonds, two aces, and two kings in partner's hand. He does not seem that confident, given this long tank. So how might this go in like a normal 2/1 style? A heart, two clubs, three hearts. Same idea. Okay, he does bid seven hearts. I mean, if he knew his partner's hand, then seven no trump is obviously best. But seven hearts will do. There is no rough outstanding. Okay, and Klukowski just bid seven no. I mean, yeah, I kind of got the sense that Klukowski was just going to bid no trump. Kalita thinking of bidding on over this. All right, operator, let's go. Yeah, I'll pass. So spade lead, claim, on to the next. 15-20. I mean, it doesn't seem that difficult to reach the grand, even just playing a normal 2/1 method. Still have no idea what six diamonds showed. That's the strange bid to me. We had a flat board. The other table got to seven hearts. Let's take a look at their auction. A heart, a spade overcall. Oh, that's true. East did have a spade overcall available. Two diamonds, constructive or better in hearts. Sure. Three spades, four hearts, four no. And South actually just gambled. So South wasn't able to count to 13 tricks. I'm guessing that Kalita and Klukowski were. All right, a club by Bakke, one heart overcall from Klukowski. I wonder if they do play intermediate at this vulnerability. Like, if you do, probably two hearts is a reasonable alternative to one heart. Three clubs preemptive, pass. Klukowski backs in with three hearts. Yeah, this is where things get a little bit scary for the non-intermediate overcallers, but he does fetch a pretty nice dummy. And so this contract's at least going to have some play. Yeah, I mean, Kalita might bump this, in which case the contract no longer has play. Consider his hand too strong for intermediate. I'm just betting that they don't play intermediate. I just don't recall. Whoa! Five clubs, not willing to let the opponents try for the vulnerable game. Oh man. Well, that is going to backfire spectacularly for East West. So this will just be down one. And I think that that's probably fine at teams. I mean, East is looking at ace, king, ace, king. He knows that one of the clubs isn't cashing. But maybe it depends if if he thinks his partner has any sort of defensive values for the 3 club bid, and like at these colors, it's all a matter of partnership agreement. Like if Brogland would make the same bid without the Diamond King, then fine. Um, Taking the cheap save and cheap insurance seems okay. But I mean, like, 3 hearts was even in danger. Like, if they had doubled 4 hearts, they may have collected a pretty large penalty against that contract. Not clear, but I think it's definitely possible. 6 imps. What happened at the other table? East West got to play 4 clubs because it went 1 club, 1 heart, pass by West. I guess I don't know who's sitting at the other table. We don't have name tags here, but if they're playing like a Polish system, then 1 club doesn't promise clubs. So West wasn't able to make a preempt. North got in with spades. East came in 2 clubs, which is a really, 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 really bad bid. So it must be Zimmerman sitting east at the other table, although I know he likes to sit north. And then 2 diamonds by south, 4 clubs by west. I don't know. I have no idea what's going on with these 2 club bid. 3-0 in the west. Diamond Queen is on side. Nameplates say it's Moulton with Novozadsky. I mean, it has to be Zimmerman and Moulton then. But Moulton's not even on the team, is the thing. At least according to Lovebridge, right? So, yeah. Yeah, I'm not sure about that. What's Klukowski going to do at trick 1? Is he going to play the queen or the ace? He tries the queen. I think this is probably the right play. So spade to the queen and king, and now Declare is probably not feeling too bad about his chances. Thank you, Eric. Yeah, now we can just run the Jack of Diamonds safely. Our Jack of Spades is still set up as a stopper. And that's going to work. Wonder why Brogland chose the 10 of diamonds instead of the Jack. Maybe it was just a misclick by the operator. It is Moulton and Novozadsky at the other table. But isn't Moulton not even on the team? Did I miss something? All right, couple of rounds of clubs, pitch a heart, diamond to the Jack. They were playing yesterday. Thanks, Muppet. So Declare can lead a spade to the Jack if he wants, without any concerns at this point. He's already got his 9 tricks in. And I guess with North and South pitching all of their spades, there's no harm in trying this. Is he going to duck, though? So Kalita's marked with 5 spades. It didn't overcall a spade, and he does get the spade suit right. Look at that. Brogland. All the match points. Ends up making 2 over tricks, picks up 1 for Norway. You also watched their bidding and didn't understand a single bid? Okay, that makes me feel a little bit better. I do not understand rebidding the 5 card club suit, especially opposite a past hand partner. Just crazy. Why are we in the tank? I don't know. I don't know what's going on here, but but here we are. 11 tricks, 1 imp to Norway. But so far, the big swing being that bidding to 4 hearts and getting the opponents to take the cheap insurance, 5 clubs. But as we can see, not so cheap insurance, right? Because overall, that 5 club bid decision ended up costing 5 imps. Depends how many 4 hearts went down. If 4 hearts went down 2, it would have cost 8 imps. A club pass a diamond showing hearts. A club could be short. South 19. Not the greatest heart stopper. Does decide to double, which I guess they're playing is not showing diamonds and is like take out of hearts. So I imagine North is going bit of spade. And now South gets a bit of no trump. I mean, South's 5 card club suit is pretty bad. I don't know. I may well have just been a 1-no overcaller myself. It feels close. But Kalita does not take the bait. He does have 5 opposite his partner's like assumed good 19 to like 21 range or thereabouts. But doesn't gamble. And is that going to be the right decision? I mean, on the surface, the defense really only has like 3 tricks, 4 tricks. But where are Declare's tricks coming from? Clubs. He can get 2 hearts. I mean, 2 hearts, 2 clubs, a diamond, and 2 spades is going to be 7. So it looks like he's going plus here. And the East can just duck a couple rounds of hearts. I'm not sure I understand Brogland thinking on this trick, because any suit Declare leads from dummy is good for us. Like if Declare takes a diamond hook, that's good for us. If Declare takes a spade hook or whatever, that's good for us. So normally we would just like duck this trick and then let Declare continue playing suits, win our trick, and eventually play back a heart. Looks like Brogland, though, had some concern about ducking the club. Still really hard for me to imagine what that could be. How did we play the heart suit? What was the opening heart lead? It was the 3. Are they playing middle up down? No way. The unplayable carding convention, and yet here it is. There's no shot. That is wild. Even Rosenberg. What do you mean Rosenberg plays it? Wait, which Rosenberg? This is important. Michael? Oh, okay. But like everyone knows who the better Rosenberg is. So that's fine. Maybe it's an old person thing. So does that mean Brogland is old? What's wrong with mud? Might be a UK thing. It probably is a UK thing. I think it's just a weird thing that the English have adopted. Um, you're a new guy? No, no, no. It's all fine. And I do like to get very hype about things that generally don't matter. I mean, I think the general consensus um, for experts is that mud is bad. So I don't actually know why, but I'm probably going to figure that out over the next couple of months. Um, like I don't have a very clear explanation off the top of my head, but just like the fact that all experts believe this to be a bad convention makes me it just makes me assume that they are correct, as opposed to the small contingent of players in England or from the UK that believe it's good or that still hold on to it. I think the problem tends to be differentiating between whether or not partners led a doubleton or whether they've led from a 3 card suit. Um, yeah, yeah. So that would be my guess, is that it's harder to do that as opposed to if you're playing third and fifth or fourth best even. But I am going to look into this because I think I'm making a video on this topic for the month of July for members on YouTube. So I'm gonna have to figure it out before I make that video. I can actually check. I don't actually recall what the winning vote was for this month. Oh yeah, yeah, I was overwhelmingly in favor of defensive carding agreements. So that's what I'm making a video on this month. So if you check back in with me in like 3 weeks, I'll have an answer. YouTube videos have to be accurate. I mean, not most of my videos, but like for the ones that I make for my paying channel members, then yeah, I put some effort into doing actual research on the topics. Um, 2 hearts in the West. Very tame board. So what does Declare have? They've got 2 diamond losers. A spade loser, because a spade can go away on diamonds eventually, and South is not getting in enough times. Starting hearts to the ace didn't make a lot of sense to me. Like, even if we were planning to play Ace King of Hearts, which I think was Broglin's plan, he wanted to avoid a club rough. Wouldn't we want to end in dummy so that we can lead either spades or diamonds towards our hand? Hmm. All right. We pulled some trumps, so feels like this round robin's been going on for 2 months. I think it started on like June 29th or something. So it's only been like a week. But yeah, it's like my second day coming here to do a little bit of coverage for the event. All right, spade switch means North is going to get 2 spades, they're going to get 2 diamonds and a heart. 27th. Okay, thanks, Eric. Yeah, it's It's been about a week since the start, maybe a week and a half. Good defense from North South, holding Declare to 8 tricks. I guess Broglin's plan was to go Ace of Hearts, Heart to the King, Heart towards the Jack, so that he could pick up a 4-1 heart split that way. And therefore, if he had gone King of Hearts, Heart to the Ace, and Hearts happened to be 4-1, he wouldn't have been able to pull enough trumps. That was probably his theory. Seems fine. Yeah. So East is 6-5 in the majors. What are they going to open? Pass. They're going to open pass. South is going to open a heart. So East pass is going to work out pretty well. I mean, of course, if East had preempted in spades, then that would have worked out pretty well also. But now getting to know that South has hearts makes your life a lot easier. I wonder if Kalita just passes a heart. Playing the Polish club system, like South is limited. We don't have a fit. I mean, North says, sure, let's see if we have a big minor suit fit. We could still have game there. So he does bid 1 no. Bakke comes in 2 spades. We'll probably see a takeout double from South, would be my guess. I mean, 2 spades in this sequence, especially vulnerable against Nod, is going to show a very specific hand. Brogland may well already think that his partner's 6-4 in the majors. Muppet says West invites game. See, I don't know if that's going to happen after after this pass from East followed by 2 spades. Because 3 small hearts is just a deadly holding here when East is known to have heart length. Hmm. I have no idea what Klukowski's thinking about. I mean, he has a maximum. It feels like a pretty natural takeout double, unless double from them would be penalty. I guess it could be defined that way. Okay. Long tank double, maybe just trying to remember notes. Brogland does make a game invite. Wow. The VuGraph operator is putting in the bids for South and West at the same time. Thank you. Good call, being behind screens. Four clubs, 4 spades? Crack. I think. No? Klukowski does decide to take the push. He's in 5 clubs now. So is this going to make? It looks like maybe yes. Yeah. Yeah, there's nothing to it. Just pitch 2 diamonds on the ace king of hearts, right? No diamond rough is coming. Trump's split. I mean, how bad was 4 spades doubled going to be? Do we even want to think about it? Declare is going to lose what, like... Maybe down two? Maybe down two is what's going to happen to that contract? So no wrong choice for South here. 5 clubs happen to make, and 4 spades doubled would have been like 500. I see Al Hollander telling us that they had the exact same auction at the other table on this board. Pass, a heart, a no trump, 2 spades. I mean, they might be playing 2 over 1, so North's 1 no is a lot more obvious. Take out double by South, and West also finds the. It just feels really silly to me. If you know that your partner has hearts over there, why do you want to be inviting with 3 small hearts? I don't get it. I understand East's decision to bid 4 spades after West shows a good raise, because West could have a stiff heart over there. But the 3 heart bid feels really wrong to me. All right, what's Kalita doing? Why are we deep in the tank here? Ace of Diamonds club. Not super complicated. We already know the hearts don't split. Oh, I mean, unless he really thinks that East could be 6, I guess East could be 6-4. Let's see. Is there anything we can do if East is actually 6-4? There's algae in the tank. Good current media reference. I did not go see the fireworks last night. Was it? Oh, did no one? I don't know. You're probably not American if you're awake this early on Sunday, but yeah, we have had some problems with a pool, a very important pool culturally in our capital, and it was overrun with some, or at least the current theory is that it was overrun with some algae. All right, Ace Diamonds Club, claim. There's no Diamond Rough coming. That pool, yeah, the reflecting pool on the National Mall, as it's called, which is actually not a mall in any way, shape, or form. I don't know why it's called that, actually, but it is. King of Spades. Baque gives the 10 of Spades signal suit preference. Please don't lead a diamond away from your queen, but it is not going to help. And Broglin didn't get the signal. I think the 10 of Spades was suit preference, but yeah, Broglin didn't work it out. I mean, or maybe he did. That just if Baque really was 1-1 in the minors, then there's no way to beat it. So this was his best shot. Yeah, that seems fine. Push. Yeah, Switzerland have been. Um, I mean, I think they've been doing okay without Brinkendraver, but obviously losing out on one of their best partnerships and replacing them with a with someone who creates auctions like this. Um, although they won 6 for it, so maybe we can't complain about that auction. But yeah, we would expect the Brink and Draver partnership to have performed a little bit better. A diamond, a heart, a spade overcall, 3 diamonds from Klukowski. And this probably gets 3-0 from Kalita. I mean, like, he doesn't have to. He could check back and bid 3 spades. But maybe he's just going to take the gamble that Jack third is enough of a stopper when East only overcalled 1 and there was no raise. No. I mean, I wonder what South does with an extra. I guess South can't have an extra king, but like an extra queen, right? Like if South had an extra. I mean, I guess 3-0 is just not a good spot when we're missing all these aces. So that's totally fair. I was kind of thinking that if South had like ace third of spades, then a spade lead from East would still leave North South with 2 spade stoppers. So we do want to right side the no trump from North's hand. But well judged by Kalita to check this out. Yeah, I mean, there's like 6 diamond tricks and a spade stopper, which is great. But after that, we just don't have much. Like, turn that king jack of hearts into the ace, and now we're talking. Now we have a real chance at 3-0. I know, everyone's so concerned about, like, we're at the 3 level, we gotta take 9 tricks. Like, just live a little, people, sometimes. Has Declare just gone down in 3 diamonds? They misguessed the hearts, right? Declare won the opening spade and led a heart immediately. And Broglin ducked, I mean, in tempo, which seems pretty reasonable. Broglin's like, I know how to defend this hand. I'm not messing around. I'm trumping partner's ace to return a diamond. I don't want partner like switching to clubs. I don't want partner trying to play another round of spades to give me a trump promotion. Yeah. Yeah, very smart by Broglin's there. And now Declare just has 2 club losers. Ace of Hearts does not rough out. We can try a club to the 10. But Bakke takes the ace, or forces Declare in hearts, and Declare still has to lose another club. So Norway finally pick up a big swing on this one. I mean, not a huge swing. It's not like a game swing or anything, but 3 diamonds goes down. The other table did manage to make 9 tricks in diamonds, so this will be 5 imps. Almost tying the match. Whoa! 6-5 again. This time Brogland has much easier time opening his hand, with the longer suit being lower ranking. So he'll get to open a diamond. takeout double from Kalita. Will Bake show his heart suit after that start? I don't know. Yeah, see, Muppet gets it. When we're at the 3 level already, we gotta just bid 3 no. Especially if we're gonna go down in 3 diamonds. It's better to go down in game than in a part score. Bake does not show his heart suit. South bids a no trump. A little bit thin, but does have probably 2 diamond stoppers, ace jack 10. So 2 spades from Brogland. Now Kalita has a bit of a problem to deal with. Because Kalita might have been thinking of raising to 2 no with his 15. I'm not sure he would have, but normally this 1 no over the takeout double would be like 8 to 10, maybe 8 to 11, somewhere in that range. You don't just bid 1 no in this spot because you have a diamond stopper. You bid a no trump because you're trying to get to 3 no after takeout double from partner. But this 2 spade bid does throw a wrench in things. Kalita bids 2 no anyway. Klukovsky's not gonna, he's just gonna pass. He's just gonna pass. There's no way he's gonna do anything that isn't just pass. Pass is so clear. I've never seen a clearer pass in my life. Oh, it could be West who's thinking. Yeah. Good call. Yeah, the King of Hearts is not a particularly good card for West offensively. I mean, I can't imagine West bidding again, is the thing. Like, yeah, we could have a 5-3 spade fit, but with South bidding a no trump on our right, we know the diamonds aren't really coming home. North could have Queen 10 fourth of spades. Obviously, they made a takeout double, so that's easily in range. The opponents haven't even bid game, so it's not like we're trying to bid game over game to protect against some sort of double game swing. I don't really understand taking a third call on the West hand. We've showed everything except for our 5th spade, right? We've showed a good hand with 6 diamonds and 4 spades for bidding 2 spades here. Well, he's still thinking about it. I mean, yeah, so like, let's give partner Jack Doubleton a diamond. Let's give East Jack Doubleton a diamonds, right? And 3 card spade support. What do we need for game at that point? Because we still have 4 losers, right? We have a diamond, a club, a heart, and a spade to lose. So we also need no diamond ruff, which I think is very likely if partner has Jack Doubleton. I don't know. I'm really not seeing it. I'm really not seeing a 3 diamond bid from West. I don't think it makes any sense. Looks like they bid 3 diamonds at the other table. How did that auction transpire? It was the exact same. Okay, well, East bid a heart. East bid a heart, so it's a little bit different, right? East had showed some values over there. What do we do at match points? Match points is a different beast. I think at match points, we would bid 3 diamonds, probably. At imps, I'm just not really understanding the point behind this bid. Now, is this going to make 1, 2... I guess the answer is yes. Spades are 3-3. Diamonds are 3-2. So if they prevent you from roughing a spade, then you only lose 1 diamond trick. And if they let you ruff a spade, then you lose no spades, but you lose 2 diamonds. Yeah, they let it go undoubled because neither North or South have anything for their bids. I mean, South is sub minimum for 1 no, North is sub minimum for 2 no. So, and they don't have like the right distribution. Like South doesn't have 4 diamonds. South only has 3. North doesn't have 4 spades. North only has 3. So North South were kind of rooting against ending up defending 3 diamonds. I think. Yep, there's the trump switch. Diamond to the ace. Just kidding. Klukowski's like, I'm good here. Please stop playing Trump's partner. Yeah, now just ace king of spades and a spade ruff. Brooklyn gonna think for a moment about what to do if diamonds are 4-1 instead of 3-2. But I'm pretty sure we just go ace king of spades, spade ruff in either case. Try and sneak a heart. Yeah, but I mean, like, North is intent on pulling trumps. I guess if we lead a heart and diamonds are 4-1, then it doesn't really hurt us, right? Because North doesn't have another trump to play. And if diamonds are 3-2, it would have been the same effect as if South had just won and played back a diamond. So, yeah, I guess we could play a heart. I wouldn't say that there's any chance North ducks. Like, North is always winning the ace. West has showed West bid a diamond, 2 spades, 3 diamonds. Like, what do we think West's hand looks like? But yeah, we could lead a heart. It looks like that is relatively safe, and he does. So North goes up with the ace. And plays back a diamond. Klukovsky's like, stop. Stop. All right. Diamond back to the ace. Some black suit card. Maybe a spade comes through now. Second best always. Second and fourth for the Polish guys. I mean, I don't see any reason to do anything other than ace king and a spade, but we'll see if Brogland has other ideas. Yeah, they play a small one next because they would lead low from a doubleton. So high-low shows... I don't know the exact count situation here, but high-low would show at least 3. Klukowski should probably confirm heart count here, just to help his partner out a little bit. I think that would be the kindest thing to do. I mean, the 7 of hearts is never going to be a useful heart spot card with that 9 in dummy. So I imagine that that would be a good thing to do. But I think he can pitch anything from his hand. I mean, Brogland's just going to play king of spades, spade next, and then claim. Mm-hmm. Okay. We get the claim. South played a card, Brogland played king of spades, spade. Very good. 5-5 again for Brogland. Both minors here. So Kalita gets to open. And oh boy, this is going to get exciting, isn't it? Because East is going to overcall a spade. Yeah, this auction's going to start a club a spade. And what does South do? The South will pass. There's one club. There's one spade. Pass, pass. I mean, unless Brogland has a way to like transfer into a minor and drop his partner, he does have to pass. So Kalita is going to double, which is going to pass around to West. And yeah, Muppet says redouble or one no. I think one no is a offer to play. Now you could bid one no and then plan on redoubling that. But I think redouble directly makes it much more clear. Like you're okay probably playing in a 4-3 heart fit if partner has that. And otherwise partner's going to bid 3-card suits up the line or do this, right? Partner can bid a no trump to show just like a flat hand type. Yeah, Klukowski decides to double one no. Maybe a little bit of poker there that he's not actually convinced he's beating this contract. Because sure, he has 4 spade tricks, but he doesn't have an entry, so it's not like he can just set up spades in his hand. And I mean, spades could be 6-5-1-1 around the table, in which case he only has 3 spade tricks. 2 clubs doubled by North, all pass. How is this going to play? I mean, Declare actually has quite a few tricks. Muppet says, isn't the problem from South that double of one no sets up a force? I mean, see, I would... Yeah, like... But I think he was hoping to run them away from a contract that was making into one that didn't make, would be my guess. Because South doesn't know if one knows making, but he knows spades isn't making, and he's hoping partner has stuff in the other suits. I don't know. I have no idea what the theory was here from Klukowski. But yeah, North doubled 2 clubs, and how is this going to do? They didn't start off by forcing Declare, which looked like it might have been best defense. So Trump lead. I mean, Trump lead is often good against doubled part scores. Brogland will definitely get at least 7 tricks, I think. He'll probably end up taking 5 clubs after this club lead. He'll get a diamond and a heart. And then the question's going to be, what more can he do from there? He has an awful lot of information about the opponent's hands. So club around to the jack. I mean, if you want to make it, you probably play North for ace doubleton of diamonds, but that seems like a very far-fetched idea. But that would be a chance to win a big swing if he was able to make it. I think it's probably better to just lead a heart at trick 2. Let's set up our heart trick before any funny business happens. And we can, at least get to 7 tricks so that it's not a complete disaster on this hand. Broglin's going to take his time. He probably will. Yeah. He does tend to be a slow player on certain situations, especially when he knows a lot of imps are at stake, and this is definitely one of those spots. Did East double a club at the other table? Oh no, I hope not. What do you mean, did East double a club at the other table? No, East overcalled a spade. And so, as you said, West decided to balance 1-no over the double, and this just went pass, and South didn't know that they could actually defeat 1-no trump. So instead of doubling, they bid 2 spades themselves. And so that's how they got to 2 spades over there. All right, club around to the jack, and he does take the safer approach, just lead a heart. We're going to set up a heart, we're going to set up a diamond, we're going to take our 5 club tricks by roughing 2 spades in the West hand. And then we'll see how many more tricks we get from there, if any. Probably not going to be very many. Kalita gets to win this, probably plays a spade at this point. You were trying to work out how to get to 2 spades. Yeah, I mean, once you pass the opponent's suit for penalties, you're not cubiting their suit anymore. You bid it naturally. So this is the way to get into the opponent's 5-0 fit, is to go for penalty against them and then bid it natural yourself. Yeah, Kalita now gets to think what to do. Deep in thought. I mean, a spade feels very natural. Because if we play a club, Declare can play a spade himself if that's what they want to do. Or Declare can do anything else, like play hearts or diamonds if that's what they want to do. Whereas playing a spade takes away that opportunity from Declare. They don't get to just win the club and then play whatever they want. But okay, this looks like down 1. Want to pick up to Switzerland because the other table made 4 in 2 spades. Muppet says, is there a bad enough 5 card spade suit where I would double instead of overcall 1 spade with East? Yeah, so I think when you have something like 5 small and ace, queen, jack, 4th in the other major, then a takeout double is definitely considered on hands like that. So, if they open a club on your right and you have 5 small, ace, queen, jack, 4th, ace, 3rd, singleton, then do you really want to overcall spade with this hand? I mean, it's fine, right? You can miss out on a 5-3 spade fit if you don't, but you also get your good chunky heart suit in the picture with a takeout double, and sometimes with such a bad 5-card spade suit, we don't want to be playing in a 5-3 fit anyway. So hands like that, I mean, it's definitely a consideration to make a takeout double. Like I would probably double with that hand that I gave. But I think like in general, it's pretty close. And there are some players who just always overcall their 5-card suit because they hate missing out on 5-3 fits. But no, I mean, with this shape, I would always overcall spade. Like, give me 5 small, like ace king third doubleton, I would bid a spade. I would not be making a takeout double with that. All right, there's the spade ruff. So, time to play another heart. Set up our heart trick. I mean, I guess Brogland is still thinking about this possibility of like, what if Kalita has ace and a diamond? Can I still make the contract? I think the answer is yes. Like, he could. How did they make 10 tricks and spades at the other table? Doesn't that feel like an awful lot when East West have a heart, a diamond, and 2 clubs to take? Like off the top, as well as the fact that there's this queen fifth of spades problem. Like, did I. I want to. Man, the other table's way ahead of us. By the way, they also played a no trump down 3 on a hand. What happened here? Okay, they let a diamond, which means one loser goes away. So diamond to the king. Queen of hearts switch. So this allows Declare to take a diamond hook to ditch a club loser. Okay. They take another spade finesse, and now they exit a club, and then and then they win the king of hearts, ruff a club, and then they just exit a heart, and East is end played into giving them 3 spade tricks. Well done. Not the most stringent defense, especially if it was against spade game, but of course they're only defending at the 2 level. Brogland's still thinking pretty hard about how to manage the play. I think sometimes these hands can almost play themselves for both sides. Like, once Declare decides to play on hearts, Kalita's decision about what to do after winning the heart is, if you trust Declare, very obvious, because a club is bad, a heart is bad, a diamond is bad, so you have to play a spade. And then once North has played a spade and not continued hearts, West's decision is also fairly obvious here. You just play a heart. And so a lot of these tricks could have gone much faster if you have like, if you really trust the opponent's decision making. If only he had the 7 of diamonds in the West hand, would he be trying to make it? I do not believe so. I believe he would still probably end up just setting up the heart, set up the diamond, get out for down 1. I mean, it looks like there's still maybe some sort of chance to make it if North has the ace doubleton of diamonds. So let's see. North's hand would look like doubleton, ace king fourth, ace doubleton, queen fifth. And so we, like, how do we play from here? We lead a diamond to the king, we duck a diamond, North wins the ace. North forces us again in spades. No, I don't think we can do it, even if that is North's hand, right? We would need to like get our heart trick in sooner. Uh, hmm. Well, yeah, I'm not. I'm not sure. I'm actually seeing a way to make it if North does have ace and a diamond. It's so true that doubling the opponents in like even part scores or games or whatever it imps really does kind of send a message to them. And I think that sort of psychological effect can get under the skin of basically any player. That a lot of people like to make this comment that like the best players in the world don't like there's no effect on their emotions from like something bad happening to them, but that's such a dumb take. I'm sorry. um so but yeah, I mean, like if you're just getting doubled and doubled and doubled, like whether or not you're making these contracts, like okay, if you end up making doubled contracts over and over again, then you're probably gonna be like, they're gonna keep doubling me, which is a little bit annoying, but like we're already up by 40, so what do I care? But yeah, I mean, they got doubled in 5 clubs on board too. They're getting doubled here in 2 clubs. It does take a toll. I think that kind of thing is a bit more impactful if you're playing a really long match. Like, not if you're just sitting against them. So, I mean, 16 boards is kind of a long match, but there's no breaks. This isn't like the Bermuda Bowl where you play the match over 2 separate days and you like go and compare with your teammates, and your teammates are like, what happened on this one? And you're like, we got doubled in 3 spades and went for 500. And your teammates are like, those guys are crazy doublers, huh? Well, we better be on the lookout. And so I think it has a much larger impact in matches like that, where you have like comparisons and then you go back and sit against the same opponents. Um, but but yeah, Broglin's still mulling this one over. Humpass, what's the most intense argument I've seen in a bridge event? Ooh, okay, good question. Um, I wonder. I wonder what is meant by intense, because okay, Broglin's off. Let me come back to this in just a moment while we look at what Broglin's actually doing on this hand. Is he like roughing another spade? No, he plays a heart now. Why did we play a club to the ace before playing a heart? I don't know, but we did it. I suppose just in case diamonds were 4-1 and South was trumping a diamond, Broglin didn't want to give them another opportunity to find it, but fine. Okay, most intense argument that I've seen would probably have been like, I wouldn't even call it an argument is the thing. It would just be when Bobby Levin punched Lotan Fisher in the face. Yeah, like it wasn't really an argument. He just walked up to him in a bar after the game, and and he was just like, "You are a fucking cheater," and then just slogged him in the face, and 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 then immediately got escorted off the premises by the hotel, arrested, and and wasn't allowed to come back and play until he had a monitor that would like sit with him and make sure that he kept himself under control for the rest of the tournament. Um, this wasn't way before they were caught cheating. I think this would have been like 2013. So okay, I mean like a couple of years, but like they had been cheating for a long time before this had happened, and maybe it was 2014 even. I don't remember exactly. Let's see. It was this Atlanta? So that Atlanta would have been summer of 2013, I think. Well, there it is. Diamond to the king. We can try ducking a diamond now. He must have been pretty sure. I mean, see, that's the thing, right? Like everyone knew for a fact. Well, by everyone, I mean every like expert player knew for a fact that Fischer and Schwartz were cheating for years before they had been caught. Like I knew. I mean, Craig knew. Like literally everyone knew. The problem is like there's a high burden of proof for these sorts of things. You can't just be like, they did something, they continuously do so. I mean, it's not like nowadays where we have Edgar, where Edgar can actually like accuse people. I mean, there still needs to be a trial and whatever, but like people tend to take Edgar's word at face value in these spots. We couldn't just be like, they consistently do all of these weird things and it always works, like, therefore they're cheating. But like, that is something that can convict someone mathematically, and for bridge players, that's enough, like, at least at a high level. What's Edgar Crazy Crocodile asked? It is it's a technology developed specifically for the ACBL, but I think it is possible to market it worldwide. It's like a neural network that assigns, probabilities of cheating, basically, from online play or from like play records. And so it looks at, like unusual things that you have done. And then if you do enough unusual things and they work out, then you get assigned a high probability of being cheating. Like, there's nothing conclusive from any of this, but, if you get like a 99.999% chance of cheating, then you probably are. Yeah, there's a ton of Bridge Winners articles. My friend Franco Baseggio is one of the two main programmers for the thing. What kind of data is it trained on? It's trained on experts. So from like, world-class competitions like Bermuda and stuff like that. And it basically has like a little metric of like how often experts will do something unusual and it works out. So for example, if an expert underleads an ace against a suit contract, how often does that actually work out? So if the expert standard like percent on this is say 70%, right? That like when an expert underleads an ace against a suit contract, then over millions of deals or hundreds of thousands of deals, I don't know exactly how many, it's going to work out 70% of the time. And then if you and your partner are underleading aces and you're probably not experts and you are making this happen correctly like 85% of the time, then you're probably cheating because you are not better than Kalita and Klukovsky. You're not better than Brogland and Bakke, just factually. And so, I mean, like, you also get some sort of input to like what your own skill level is or what the suspected cheating pair's skill level is. So like if you are an expert pair, then like obviously, the closer you get to that 70% threshold, like is probably fine because you're expected to be almost on par with the best players in the world. One Under Trick Wonder says they were not even at an expert level. What do you mean they were not even at an expert level? Oh, Fischer and Schwartz. Are we still talking about them? Fisher was an expert. Fisher was like a legitimately very good bridge player. Um, Schwartz was not. Was it one of the Norwegian guys? It was. It was Brogland right here because he ended up playing on a team with Fisher and Schwartz. And he noticed that they were doing weird things. I mean, he had heard the rumors just like everyone else, but he was effectively willing to say, look, if you don't have any serious accusations against them, then like we can't do anything. And so then eventually, like when he actually saw some of the egregious things that they were doing, he was like, okay, we need to launch an investigation into these guys. Oh, yeah, yeah. I was talking a bit abstractly about how Edgar works, but I mean, it's a neural network that assigns a probability of success to certain things or a likely, it's like a maximum likelihood estimator sort of thing. Um, and so, anyway, yeah. But there's tons of articles on bridge winners if you're interested in looking into Edgar. Um, and I think they also have a website, maybe the Edgar Association is what they're called. But we didn't have anything like that back in the day. And so all we had was Bobby Levin to defend us. That was it. And Bobby got him good. I mean, I saw Pepsi and Burish fighting. It was like a boxing match. Like the thing is, I don't know what they were fighting over because they were just yelling at each other in Polish the whole time. But this was at the Gatlinburg Regional. It might have been like 2012 when I was there, and they were just going at it like right in the middle of the tournament area. I mean, it was after the round, but like yeah, that happens in Polish events. But like the thing is, like both of them are huge guys as well. So like every blow was just like landing heavy on each of them. And I still have no idea what the fight was over. A little bit sad for Brogland here. He can ruff this and give his partner spade ruff, but then the king of spades is set up for a diamond discard. And if he doesn't ruff this, fine, he gets the king of spades, but or gets the king of diamonds, but it's only down one. Yeah, the married couples bicker, but there's never really any like physical violence. Or it's pretty rare to see physical violence. So that's what I was interpreting as like biggest fight when something unusual happens. Because I mean, like people can yell and whatnot and get angry and upset over things. Yeah, when you punch your partner in the face, expect to get thrown out of the event. Bobby Levin learned that the hard way. How many boards are we behind? The other table might have finished. They're on the last board right now. Wait, what happened? Misclick from Klukowski? Oops. Misclick from Klukowski? Hmm. Whoopsies. Played too fast. Someone threw their bidding box at partner? Oh my god, dude. Okay, so there's no good way for me to tell this story, but I will tell it. This is a nice 3-spade opener from South. I wonder how the auction's gonna play out, because North will probably pass. No, Bakke just passes. So it looks like we might have a swing. Declare has a diamond, a heart, a spade, has to guess the clubs. Well, maybe has to guess the clubs. I mean, West would need to push a club through at some point to force a guess, otherwise the heart's set up. Okay. All right. Spade opening lead. Let's get back to the story. 4 spades opened at the other table. 4 spades looks like a bad bid, but maybe. Yep, 4 spades opened at the other table. So I was playing with a client in I'm not going to give too much details. I don't want people to go searching and look this up, but I was playing with a client in a national event, and dude, there's no way to make this look good. Okay, so clients has seemed unnerved about a lot of things, and I don't know why. I still to this day have no idea why, but we're east-west and we're moving. It's a pairs game, and we get to one table, and the client is left-handed. Okay, so the client has been moving the bidding box from the right side of the table to the left side of the table at the start of every round. Okay, we get to one table, and the opponents have like their convention card and like pencil and stuff like next to their bidding box, which is, to the left of my client on their side of the table. But it's like in the way of like where my client wants to put the bidding box. And so Game King says off on a heart lead double dummy on this hand. Yeah, that looks correct. Then again, I don't think, I mean, maybe this is an argument for always leading the other major against a preempt. I mean, it's just kind of random, because Declare has to duck, and then you win, play back a heart, and then you get a heart ruff when West gets in with the spade ace. But yeah, I mean, you could definitely do that. Anyway, back to story. So client looks at like the convention card and the pen from the person to their left, and just gets this like really exasperated expression on their face. And I saw that like some blow up was about to happen, but there was no way I could stop anything from here on out. So the client takes the bidding box, tries to like, tries to like screw it into the table, even though there's no like screws or anything. This isn't some sort of like building project where you're trying to like adjust the bidding box. So it takes it off the right side, tries to like jam it into this like space where obviously there isn't any on the left side of the table, gets like really flustered and upset about this, and then takes their left hand and smashes the opponent's bidding box and convention card and pen onto the floor, sets their bidding box down in that spot, and then proceeds to start picking up their cards. And I was just like, what am I supposed to do here? and and so like I had no idea why this happened. And so opponent to my right over there, like, looks at this, looks at my client, and is just like, director, please. Director comes over. So the player on my right, like, doesn't even try to, like, clean up the mess. They leave it for the director to see. Director comes over and goes, what's the problem? And like, and our opponent like points to the shit on the ground, and they're like, this person knocked over my bidding box and like, is just being really rude and threw my convention card on the ground or whatever. And the director is like, did you do that? And my partner is just like, well, their stuff was in my way. And I'm like, dude, I was doing my best to not just like burst out laughing, like get into some fight. I was I was trying, because like I'm being paid to sit here. Like I have no idea what was going on. But director is just like, excuse me, like, did you do this? And partner is just like, getting all angry at the director now. Like, yeah, I did. Like, they shouldn't have had their stuff in my spot. And it's like, hold on, that's not your spot. So director now is just like, actually, the right side of the table is designated to be the spot of the person who's sitting there. And and then director like pulls out the rule book, finds the page on where bidding boxes are supposed to be on the table, references that like this little corner is owned by like the person it's their right hand side, because that's like written into the ACBL rule book, and then like shows it to my partner. And and I was just like, dude, I learned something today. I didn't know that. Well, it's not that you can't move the bidding box. It's just like, this happens to be their designated area, that like you are assigned the space on your side of the table to your right. Like, it's not like we're supposed to be hating on people who are left-handed, but it's just most people are right-handed. So you get assigned the space to your right because they want to have a rule that just is simple and goes for everyone. They aren't like, you get the space on the side of your dominant hand, because then we could have these conflicts for people who are left-handed and the other person's right-handed, right? So they always give it to the right-hand side of the table. Like, that little corner of the table is yours. You own that space. So our opponent could have, in theory, said, no, I don't want you to put your bidding box there. Like, no one does that. I've never heard of anyone who is like, this is my part of the table, you're not allowed to put anything here, right? Like, I think people understand, like, okay, if you're left-handed and you want to use the bidding box with your left hand, that's fine, right? But, but like, the whole just like throw everything off of the table and then like claim it as yours. I couldn't do it. I fucking lost it at that. But yeah, there was a big like argument, and like, I don't even know if we got penalized. Like, I don't think we got penalized for doing this, which was wild to me. But yeah, anyway. Rockspade says, back in the day, Chagas was mad at his partner, threw down the wooden door of the screen. Bruising someone's fingers is collateral damage. Yeah, that's dangerous. Those screens are not designed to be flipped back and forth, especially when people's hands can be in the way. Yeah. All right, what's going on? I'm sorry, I wasn't paying attention to the previous deal. 5 imps, though. 5 imps to Switzerland. What's going on this hand? 1 no trump went down 3 at the other table. And It looks like North-South are doing pretty well against this contract also. That's 5 tricks already on defense. How did we get here? 1 spade, 1 no. Brokeland has nothing, apparently. Queen of diamonds, king of spades. Okay, he had a hand, but Bake apparently doesn't have anything. Maybe this only goes down 2 after this heart switch. We'll see. I could display the played cards. That's true. Yeah, I could do this. Yeah, a spade and no trump. All right, Declare scored a couple of heart tricks. So Declare still gets a club and a spade. But I guess that's it. So club to the queen. Probably a heart return from Kalita. Go back to saying the bids to avoid bidding box drama. I mean, that creates more issues with cheating, obviously, but yeah. I have never been in a game where we say the bids out loud. Oh, Muppet says lots of people seem to like bidding 1 no than spades to differentiate really bad spade raises. Yeah, that's really popular. Oh, I didn't realize that's what Bake had. He had a 3-card spade raise with a bad hand. Yep. Another 6-5 for Brokeland. He's had a lot of these. North-South went down in 4 spades at the other table. Yikes. Going down in 4 spades definitely feels bad, but maybe there's not a whole lot Declare can do about it. I mean, on the surface, only 3 losers. You can pitch a heart on the ace of diamonds. Yeah, Klukovsky also 6-5. So they get to open 2 spades on the south hand, spades and a minor. I mean, unless he wants to I don't even know what the 4 club opener is. It wasn't alerted. South doubles? This is gonna go all pass, right? What is 4 clubs? I guess it's clubs and spades, right? Or clubs and a major. It's gotta be clubs and a major, yeah? Because otherwise, if 4 clubs was just a club preempt, he would have been 4 spades here over 4 hearts. Yeah, it's like leaping Michaels, I guess. I don't know. I'm kind of confused. Very confused. Yeah, North floats this. So the 5-0 diamond split is going to cause some problems for Declare, obviously. We get a club lead. And their convention card is just a club preempt? What is that? I mean, that can't be a good bid then. Yeah, obviously your side could have a spade game, right? So I don't really see the point in preempting with this hand when your side could have a spade game. Okay, so we win the ace of clubs, but how do we handle the play? Brokeland might be aware or in tune enough with the fact that North tanked for a while over the four heart bid or over the double before passing it out. So I guess it's possible that Brogland will know that the trumps aren't splitting so badly. Maybe he had hearts in with the clubs. I mean, maybe he had spades in with the clubs, I guess. I mean, look, if you're going to make like a club preempt on the south hand, sure, we could start with three clubs. But like, if we bid four clubs and over four hearts, our plan was to bid four spades, it's fine. I mean, partner probably plays us for 7-4 rather than 6-5, but like, fine. You know, I don't really understand the the balancing double. All right, Brogland leads the heart queen, so this probably holds, is my guess. New BBO doesn't seem to support four color decks of cards. Was that ever an option on BBO? I mean, I think that's a really important option to have, just in general. So if BBO had never had a four color thing, yes, you used it before. Okay, I see. Yeah, I think that's a really important thing because a lot of people like it, and I don't see any negative to having it. Right? Like, and it's not that hard to implement. You just have a different color or different hexadecimal code for the color. So what happens if Kalita wins this and gives his partner diamond ruff immediately? Like, is there some double dummy way to defeat this contract? Ace of hearts, low diamond for a ruff? I guess not. Well, okay then. that's that's super awkward. And I mean, they need to get the diamond ruff double dummy, otherwise Declare can pitch a diamond on the club king and hook North's jack to make an overtrick. So I don't know. I mean, I think Brogland would be happy if it went ace of hearts, low diamond, because then there's nothing more to think about. He can just pull trumps and claim. Whereas if it goes like queen of hearts holds, and now there's a lot of stuff to think about. Klukowski creating some action. Yeah, but why? I mean, someone said he might have been on tilt. From what? Not sure. Muppet says Robson used to be a fan of action doubles. When you preempt, you end up doubling, and partner is supposed to work out what to do. I mean, so I don't know what the difference is between an action double and just like the normal meaning of double after you preempt. Like, doubling after a preempt shows extra offense for most people, or at least that's the normal meaning of the bid. And so you're mostly doubling in case partner had some sort of like penalty oriented hand that doesn't want to play offense. And so then you give them an out where they can just pass the double, and hopefully you can beat it with all of your extra distribution. Declare just won't be able to get to enough tricks. So that's kind of the theory. Because otherwise, with extra offense, you could just like bid yourself again. Like, you could preempt and bid a second time. It kind of looks silly because, like, if you preempt and bid a second time, maybe you should have preempted a level higher to begin with. But yeah, that tends to be what the normal meaning of doubling after preempt is. This is crazy because partner can double for penalties. Four clubs, four hearts, double as penalties. Sure. I mean, but it's like your partner doesn't necessarily know that you had a hand where you think you were making some contract. Like normally when you preempt, especially for some of these players, like I don't know how aggressive or destructive Klukowski's preempts normally are, but if Klukowski could have had a hand that was like Jack 10, 8th and out of clubs, like his hand is a lot better than that. He thinks his side, it's still his side's hand when he comes back in over four hearts. Like you can preempt four clubs and have it go four hearts pass, and the preemptor is just like, okay, I did my job. Here, Klukowski thinks his side could still have a game. So he needs to bid again over four hearts, and that's why like the double gives your partner the opportunity to sit. It's not like your partner sitting is because they forgot to make a penalty double. Your partner's just sitting because you're saying, this is our hand, partner, and your partner is like, well, I don't have a club fit, right? I think that's the idea. It's so now, like, whatever we think of that, I have no idea what the point was of the four club opener still. I haven't worked it out yet. I think South did have a spade in with his clubs. That's my best guess. South probably thought he was 4-2-0-7 and decided to open four clubs instead of three clubs or instead of two clubs. They're playing Polish, so he could have opened two clubs. That would be my best guess. Mistaken convention makes the most sense. Yeah, I mean, it's possible. But either way, I mean, Brogland has the opportunity to finally put Norway in the lead in the match for the first time with 3 boards to go. Yeah, I mean, it would surprise me if they have had some sort of discussion about an alternative meaning to four clubs. Doc, you think South bid four clubs because they had that card available and nothing else fit the bill? I mean, they had the 2 of clubs. If my choices were between 2 and 4, I would probably open 2, playing the precision style or Polish club style. Kalita still really thinking this one through. And I mean, the thing from Kalita's perspective is his partner can't have 5 spades. So, I mean, I guess the king of clubs ditches a spade. Okay. Kalita probably thinks his partner is like 4. Well, he has a count on the club suit. Yeah, ace of diamonds. Diamond ruff. But now Brogland claims. Very easy. Queen of clubs comes back. We can just ruff high, pull trumps, pitch a diamond on the club king. I know, we need the cameras. We need the cameras like they had for the Bermuda Bowl last year. I love doing the casting with the cameras. That was so fun. We got to see the players. And I think that helped. The match is filmed but not broadcasted. Yeah, I know. I mean, if it is, it's probably the WBF which has access. So we need to get the WBF to hire me for more commentary. I haven't heard anything about the World Championships this year. When are those coming up? That's going to be soon, right? Should I reach out to them? Be like, hey, you guys doing some commentary for the World Championships? East opens a no Trump. Strong. Some matches are on Latvian TV. Uh-huh. If this bid was on tilt, how tilted is Klukowski now? I don't know. So Klukowski here led second best from the heart holding rather than fourth best. Was it yesterday that we were watching? I think it was yesterday that we saw the player lead low from like 9/4 against no Trump, and their partner unblocked the queen, thinking that they had an honor. So I do tend to be a fan of this second best from bad holdings. It's a little bit awkward because you don't know now if South started with 4 or 5 in hearts, but I do like the 7 of hearts lead. Hey, Raj. Oh, Norway also is broadcasting this match. That's pretty cool. 3-0 went down at the other table. There's 7 tricks off the top. But Declare can technically make this, right? Because South has no entry. So... Oh, I guess that's not true. South can switch to the Queen of Spades right now, right? But yeah, South just plays back a heart, so Declare can duck. Oh, North can switch to a spade. Ooh, okay. Yeah, it's kind of fascinating. If North finds a spade switch, this can go down, but if North just returns a heart, Declare can actually knock out the club ace and make this. And I mean, Kalita should have a pretty good count on the high cards, right? East open to no Trump here. He knows that Declare is going to set up those clubs. Yeah, the UK had a big TV program with like Zia, I think, back in the day for bridge, which was pretty neat. Rockspade says make it 8 boards and then a compare, and then 8 more boards, and then we have halftime for the matches. I think most tournaments try and cram as many boards into every segment as possible because these things go on for so long. Yeah, 4 and 4 and 4 and 4. Have 4 quarters for these matches. Hydration break. I know. How have people felt about the hydration breaks for the World Cup? I think I like it because, you know, it is important to protect the athletes. But it looks so weird to me as a lifetime soccer fan. Kalita finds the spade switch. Look at him go. Yeah, so this is just going to be down 1. Makes sense when it's hot. I mean, it has been very hot. It is during the summer. Not stopping the timer is dubious, but they add on extra time, right? I assume that the hydration breaks are um, added on to stoppage time. You don't like having the timer not stop in general. So the soccer or football is very unique in that regard. I don't know if there are other sports that have a timer where the timer never stops. But I think that was the main attraction for most fans of the sport is that there aren't all these breaks. Like a lot of Europeans who grew up on soccer and then find out about American football really hate that like the clock just always pauses and pauses and pauses in between every single play. And so even though there's only 60 minutes on the game clock for the entire game, the game takes like 4 hours to play or 3.5 hours or something, which I think a lot of people find to be relatively annoying. They have to have room for the commercials, of course. All right, 3-0 goes down one. So I think Declare could technically have made this by guessing both the clubs and the spades, like leading a club to the king and then leading a spade to the king. But that's not a very natural line of play. Two spades by Brogland. Did you miss the explanation on plans? No, no. I have I have an order of operations here. Switzerland, Norway into explanation of plans for next couple of months. You're here just in time. Game King says the hydration break is primarily used to run ads and players are opposed to it. Yeah, I mean, I would understand as a player because like you have played for 45 minutes straight and then another 45 minutes straight with just the halftime break for your entire lives, and now all of a sudden we have these like breaks for hydration. I think players will come around to just accept it. And if it's for ads, like I don't really mind. Like you want to support the production of these events as much as possible. Like obviously the World Cup doesn't really need help with that, but giving players, making sure that physically they're not going to break down and have serious dehydration problems. I think overall it's a good change. You just take a bathroom break, Babs. Yeah, yeah. That seems very reasonable. 3 no Trump appears to be doing quite well on this hand. Everything's working, everything's on side. 4 diamonds, 2 clubs, 3 hearts, a spade. Maybe 2 spades, I guess. So Declare should have the ability to collect 11 tricks like they did at the other room. Thank you, Muppet. Yeah, those broadcasts. I've never actually watched one of those broadcasts. I mean, I've seen some clips from the old Omar Sharif, Tony Forster, Zia. I mean, mostly the Zia ones. I've seen a couple of those clips from back in the day. The programs might be rubbish. You didn't play bridge, but it got you interested in the game. I think that's the important thing, right? Like, you're not going to appeal to everyone when you have some sort of TV broadcast program, but if you can get some people interested, that seems pretty good. All right, we would have a squeeze against East in the minors if the diamonds weren't splitting, but diamonds are splitting, so Declare is just going to play a diamond to the jack and then claim. Declare is just going to play a diamond to the jack and then claim. I mean, I guess we don't have to. We can play 3 rounds of hearts to get a count on West shape. West could have started with 4 diamonds. Okay, never mind. We're just going to play the jack of diamonds and claim. Very good. 660. Dezu liked the old English broadcasts. One Understrick Wonder says it was geared towards old people for them. I mean, I think that was a big difference between Bridge in London in like the 70s and 80s or whatever, when these television programs were more popular or running. Maybe it was before then, maybe it was the 60s. But Bridge wasn't seen as like an old person's game, and it wasn't really being played by a bunch of old people. I mean, I think it was mostly being played in London by a bunch of housewives, is what, if I'm correct on that. I don't know if that's true. I'm not trying to stereotype, but I think it was seen as just like something to do for like a bunch of women whose like husbands were at work, and then like they would get together and like have tea, and then they would play cards, and the card game happened to be bridge. I mean, maybe not for everyone, but a lot of them did. And so then people would like host parties for like bridge games and whatnot. And because there were a bunch of like younger women that were there showing up to play, like it would attract a general younger crowd. And so that's helping out the popularity of the game. Obviously, like designing stuff specifically for senior citizens is not going to attract younger people to play. And that's definitely what the ACBL does with a lot of their programs, is they do things specifically for the largest contingent of players that they have, which is the seniors. Yeah, in the US, a bunch of colleges had clubs and whatnot. Like I had a bridge club in my high school, which is where I learned how to play. But people of the era of like Steve Weinstein and Bobby Levin and Mextroth and Rodwell and Katz, I think, were all part of this group that learned to play in college in like the 1970s or 1980s. And and so that's how they picked up the game. And of course, like again, it was a thing that younger people could do. Like it is nowadays competing with so much, I don't know if brain rot's the term, but like if you could spend time like working hard to learn a card game to try and get up to a competent level so that you could compete versus like just binge watching TikTok dance videos, like what are people going to choose? I don't know. I don't know if that's really the comparison, but it does feel like that sometimes. There's just so many more things to do nowadays that you have to compete with a larger quantity of things. And if you're game or your activity is not number one on the list, then I don't know, like, why would you do that activity? Gaming in general. Why not do both? Have TikTok dance videos playing in the background and then just have like learn bridge on the other side. Yeah. When are we getting the Brady Bot dance videos? Maybe sooner than you think. Maybe sooner than you think. We'll talk in a minute. Once this board's over, I can have my announcement, my really not very well thought through announcement, but I'll struggle through. You know what we'll do? I will have just me randomly clicking on Into Bridge stuff in the background. I'm going to do my best to never, ever, ever talk about anything Into Bridge, but I just want to have something playing in the background while I talk, so that the YouTube video isn't just like me with like, you know, webcam giant close-up view and like, okay, like this is what we're talking about. Well, I'll be on Into Bridge. I'll just like click on random cards. And I'm probably going to like lose every single hand I play, but it doesn't matter. I just want to like click on things. Giant face cam's a bit much. I know, it really is. I don't know why, like it's so do I feel like I must have cropped it. What's the drawing? Which drawing? I have let me hold on. Is it this that you're wondering about? This thing right here? Whoop. Hold on. Hand. Oh my god, dude. I can't. Perspective is yeah. It's just a silhouette. Silhouette painting. I have a couple of them throughout my place. Here, I'll grab it. It's super hot and sexy, you know. You gotta get some silhouettes of like naked women throughout the house. I can't put it back. I'm having some serious problems putting it back. All right, boom, there. I fixed it. It's now back. It's straightened back on the wall. That was a lot harder than it should have been. They're playing a 21.20 for some reason. Yeah, I didn't see this hand at all. South Open 2-0. Is that what happened? And it looks like Declare is going to make it. Oh no, it looks like Declare is very much not going to make it. Oh no. Declare is in no way going to make this. Okay, very good. Yes, I see. So down 2. So Norway picks up some more at the end of play. Pake came in with 2 clubs over 1 something, 1 no. How did they get to 2 no? South bid 2 diamonds. Why did South bid 2? Oh, he was trying to play 2 diamonds. I see. Two diamonds feels like a strange bid, but maybe I just don't really understand Polish club. Like, the opponents are always bidding 2 of a major, and do you really want partner to bid 3 diamonds with their hand? Maybe not. Anyway, 5 more imps. Norway picks up some more, so that's going to cement them towards the top of the standings. I guess we can quickly take a look at the standings after this segment. If it is up, let me see. Here we go. Oh my god. Standings. Scores. Norway finally move up into first place with their big win over Switzerland. Denmark still in second. Still a full match ahead of Israel in third. England, Netherlands, Iceland, and so on. Switzerland still sitting in 9th right now.